Composer and saxophonist Jimmy Greene has earned 2 Grammy nominations for his latest album, A Beautiful Life. One nod for Best Arrangement, Instruments and Vocals for When I Come Home, and another for Best Jazz Instrumental Album, an album he created to honor his daughter, Anna Marquez Greene, who at just 6 years old lost her life in the shooting at Sandy Hook Elementary School 3 years ago. Jimmy Greene joins us now. Jimmy, thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me on, Tanya.
I know that this time of year must be particularly difficult for you, but does this album bring you a certain measure of comfort?
Well, knowing that so many people have reacted so positively to the album, knowing that its its impact is being felt far and wide, that gives me hope.
And when you heard about your 2 Grammy nominations, with such an incredible accomplishment, what were your feelings?
I'm obviously very honored. It's a huge, humongous honor to be nominated for a Grammy Award, never mind 2. At the beginning, just a lot of thankfulness and a lot of gratefulness for all the voting members of the Recording Academy to see fit to nominate my record for these honors.
Absolutely. And tell us about the record. When did you start working on it, and what was the process of working on it like for you?
I started working on it a few months after Anna was killed, and there were so many people that were encouraging me and supporting my vision of this record coming about. It was very tough at the beginning to sit down and to focus mentally. I had very little strength physically to do much of anything. But once that strength recovered a little bit, getting back to the routine of making music was very important. And the process of writing these songs and arranging them was often done through a veil of tears. I wept a lot and prayed a lot and cried a lot, but at the end I really wanted the world to know a little bit about how Anna lived, because they had heard so many times about how she had died.
And through your album, we actually also get to hear her voice. You've included some of her singing in the album. Tell us about Anna. Was she a musical child? Did the two of you sing together often?
Absolutely. Our family is very musical. Both my wife and me come from musical families, and our kids are very musical too. So Anna loved to sing. She loved to dance. And I felt like any album that was a tribute to her, Beautiful Life, had to have vocalists and singing, and I really felt very strongly it needed to have her voice on it. That voice would have been known by many had she grown up, because she was a super talented kid and just had so much fire and spark, and she just loved who she was and loved to express herself. And I wanted the world to get a chance to hear a little bit of that. And
your album is such a tribute to her and to all of that. And your 11-year-old son, Isaiah, is also featured on the record. What has this process been like for him?
For all of us, it's the grief process is ongoing. I can't say that we're healed and recovered. There's still daily choices we have to make to keep going, to move forward. It's very hard. There's a huge void in our life because Anna's gone, but I have to say, all things considered, it's miraculous how well he's doing.
I'm so glad to hear that. Now tell us also about the 2 organizations that will be receiving some of the proceeds of the album.
The first is the Anna Grace Project, which was started by my wife Nelba, who is a licensed marriage and family therapist. And they're doing amazing work in our community. Their slogan is promoting love, community, and connection for every child and family. And we firmly believe that if we do that more, then these instances of gun violence, like the one we suffered, would be lessened. And the other organization is the Artist Collective, which is a multi-arts cultural organization in the north end of Hartford, one of Hartford's most disenfranchised neighborhoods. And it provides world-class training in the arts to kids and families throughout the whole region. And I was a student at the Collective when I was 15, starting when I was 15. The great Jackie McLean and his wife Dolly started that organization. It's still going strong today.
So your love and talent of music was nurtured there.
Absolutely, it was.
Fantastic.
And so we wanted some of the proceeds to go to an organization that will help others, help other kids realize their dreams in the arts.
How lovely. Well, Jimmy, we're also in for a big treat today, because I understand you're going to play something for us from your album. Tell us what you're going to play. I'm
going to play a song that I wrote for Anna. Initially wrote about 7 years ago when she was just 2 years old. And we re-recorded it on this album, but this time with lyrics. And it's called Anna's Way.
Oh, lovely. Thank you, Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
How beautiful. Jimmy
Thank you,
Greene,
Tanya.
thank you so much for coming in, seeing us today and playing. It was such a treat.
Thanks for having me, Tanya.
Thank you.
My pleasure.